What's happening, people? United Central here, back with another podcast. This is a Straightjacket podcast, podcast 111. I'm with the brothers in the building. I mean, I don't know what's in that tea, herbal tea, to get you over this. You know what I mean? Therapy. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the building. Sorry for the wait, but you know what I mean? We're here. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their teas, man. I'm just on the water. I'm just on the water detox, man. You get me?
I go my key.
No therapy is getting us over this. I might have to take up therapy in it. United are putting me into that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm broken. You know what I'm saying? I'm broken, man. Innit?
Telling you, brothers, man.
I'm broken.
But anyway, it's a crazy day to Dunya, flawless, man. But how's the day to Dunya for you, man? After United have given another draw, you know what I mean? What are you saying?
Like I was saying before, minus Manchester United, everything's blessing the Dunya. Just Manchester United causing complications and that. But we know this. But our last three performances. Like my expectation for Manchester United was already low because I know of the issues and the deficiencies we have, but we somehow limboed underneath that bar with these last three performances. Yesterday or a couple of days ago, the West Ham game, the Everton game, just terrible. Forget the result, just terrible performances. Three of the. I don't think United have played three worse games I can remember back to back than those three. Absolutely awful. I need a prescription. I need something in it. I'm broken.
Yo, they're all asking for it, man. You know what I mean? Lord, they're asking for your prescription. They need that therapy prescription for you to give. You know what I mean? Said, Lord, I need your therapy. But I'll go with you next, Lord. How are you today? You know what I mean? Apart from United, how are you, man? How are you?
He's on mute.
You're on mute.
Hey, now, man, I got a couple of things done. Sunshine is good, innit? You know me.
Yeah.
When the sun's shining, my teeth are shining. You know what I mean? I'm grinning. You can't stop me from grinning. No Man United can stop me from grinning when the sun's shining, man. I was out there, sorted out a couple of things. Yeah. Oh, Saya Mayasi, welcome back.
He's back now. The Arsenal are doing well.
Arsenal doing well. He's back here.
Yeah.
He's back.
Yo, big up Saya Mayasi, man. He's got a bit. It's like he's got given oxygen in it. You know what I mean? The ventilator. Arsenal were on the ventilator, so just got a bit of breath. Bit of oxygen into the minute, that's what happened. But yeah, it's been all right. You know, I always say, you know what, to be fair, I was laughing towards the end of the game. You know, the days that where I get mad and get angry, those days are gone. It only says a certain thing to see in the game where I get angry about. But overall picture, you know, everybody knows my feelings. We all know what's happening, what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's one of them.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We'll talk about it in a little while. Real Zlatan. Musa, you know, how are you doing in the Dunya, man? You know what I mean? What's the Dunya gave you today, bro?
Yeah, it's good, man. Can't complain, man. Obviously, we're in the resale hub. So obviously we're just getting used to having a drop-off point for people to come and obviously donate the shoes and young people. Obviously, it's like it's mad because it's lockdown, but we're still trying to access those kids that are kind of difficult, you know, like a lot of kids, like we forget as well, a lot of kids are at home that's got HDHD, all of those things. They can't sit down. They're just running up the walls. The parents want them out their house. So we're trying to facilitate where one or two kids can still come out with the social distancing in place and help them out. So it's helped me forget about United for a bit. But as soon as I saw it hit 5 o'clock, I said, boy, let me get my mind right, because United, I'm fuming.
I'm telling you, bro.
Fuming.
Absolutely. Aaron, man, I don't know about you, but I went for a walk today, man. You know what I mean? Just strolled around for a walk, man. Just to get that. Yeah, I'll be real with you, man. I went for a walk today, man. I just thought, let me just get some fresh air, man. Like, you know what I mean? Think about you know what I mean? Think about life, man. You know what I'm saying?
I went to clear his head, you know. I went to clear his head,
bro.
Now,
because I'm done with Maguire, so I had to clear my head in. I'm done with Maguire now. You get me? So
one second, boys. 1 second, man.
You saying you have to make sure you made sure there was no coming back. Like you have to make sure you were officially.
I had to say to myself, this is it. Divorce now. You get me? We're done now.
Once you give the talak 3 times, there's no going back.
Yeah, trust me, man. Trust me. Zayn Biasa here says, I'm a blood clot young. Ababa showing Mason, Rashford, Martial how it's done. Learn from the master. Listen, I can't say anything about Aubameyang yesterday because he was on fire.
We're not taking no Arsenal slander. You man are 9th. You get what I'm saying? We're terrible in turmoil and far ahead of you lot. You lot are in 9th. You get what I'm saying? 9th. Just scraped into the top half. I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I start with you, flawless,
I'm
man.
for the pain. I'm laughing
Start
through
with
the
you,
pain.
flawless, man. I start with you, flawless.
Yeah,
You're frozen now.
Nah, my back.
You know what I mean, bro? Man United, man. You know what I mean? Season done. Maguire, Lindelof. Does the partnership have to go now, man? Is it time for it to go now? All I'm gonna social. I wrote a tweet today. Man United's favourites. Yeah, man. I'm being serious, man. Man United's favourite. What's up, Lurdy? What's up?
Called that long time ago. I called that last year and a half ago. I know you're now saying, is it time? I choked up.
You know what I'm saying? But flawless, man. You know what I mean? Is it time to end now, man? Is this partnership have to go? Because for me now, I think I put a tweet out yesterday. United's favoritism are killing my United. And you know what, man? It got crazy.
Shout out Dan.
Yeah, shout out Dan in the building as well. Yeah, man. Always shout out Dan. You get me? He's changed his name as well, his title list. So go make sure you subscribe to Dan United TV. But flawless, man. You know what I mean? Yesterday, it gets bad as it gets, man. West Brom.
Awful. It was awful. And in terms of the question, is it time for this partnership to end? Ollie is the only man that rates this partnership. Even people who back Ollie and are Ollie in, I've never seen anybody rate this partnership bar this man. I don't think there's any Manchester United fan on the planet, if they was managing Manchester United, would pick those two to play together. Like Nuruddin said, he was saying this over a year and a half ago. I was saying this over a year and a half ago. How he cannot see that they just don't complement each other. They just don't work. I don't understand it. How many games does it have to happen where you're like, right, these two are the problem? And adding on top of that, most of the time, you play two DMs in front of them and they're still exposed. That tells you how bad they are. They have a 50 million right back next to them. They have a left back who's probably our only informed player in the whole team at the minute. And yet these men are still struggling. So is it time to end? It should have ended yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Should have ended a long time ago. But again, if I sit on here and criticize Ollie for playing the two, people are going to be like, you're negative, blah, blah, blah. And all. So who is to blame for those two? Yes, we know Ollie didn't get a centre-back in the summer. Let's say, for argument's sake, he didn't get one in the summer that he wanted. Try something different is what I'm saying. Because if Lindelof or Maguire was injured, would we play with 10 men? Or would he try something else? Try something else. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, there's hella fake. The only Twitter account on me is That's Me Flawless people. You know what I'm saying? Hella fake accounts running around.
Absolutely, man. They want to be you, man. Musa, come up to you next, man. You know, you used to send me countless voice notes saying, let it go, man. Let Maguire go. Let it go, man. And I used to say to you, nah, man, it's a midfield. It's a midfield. I'm telling you, bro, you used to say to me, what's this Maguire, man? Get him out. He's a clown.
He's a clown.
You know what?
Do you know why? You see me why, like, Maguire is Maguire, innit? He's going to do what he does. But like I said, like it all goes back to management. Then who's on top of management? Ed Woodward. Then who's on top of Ed Woodward? The Glaziers. It just goes back because who's letting Ollie stay in this position and to do the antics that he's doing? It's Woodward. And then who's letting Woodward?
Hold on, Musa. Man said the antics that he's doing. I'm taking that one. That's funny.
Yeah, these are antics. It's something else that is like, who's allowing this behavior? Then on top of that, who's allowing the same from Ed Woodward? It's the Glaziers, because I'm looking at Ollie and I'm thinking, let me give an example. This John Stone that's at Man City, yeah. He was looked at one of the next in line to be like the serious centre-back for England, all of that, praised everything. He was more revered, from what I remember, than Maguire. City went in for him, City got him. But when Pep realised that he couldn't do the business, or he wasn't able to be the man, he needed somebody else next to him, he started to sit on the bench and he started to get benched. And then you see Pep go out and get more defenders. He bought Laporte, he brought other players in, and now he's got the man again, like another company in terms of Ruben that he's got in recently. He's now brought Stones back in and he looks the part. And this is what we keep on saying with Maguire, that he needs somebody else. But cool, we've bought him thinking that he is the real deal. We've realized he's not the real deal. Why is he still playing? He needs to be sat down.
Favoritism.
Man City's got man like Laporte, who can't even get a game. And that man there was one of the best defenders in the Premier League last season. That man can't even get a game right now. and we've got man like Maguire taking the absolute lip. Like, and again, everybody was dissing De Gea. If it weren't for De Gea yesterday,
yeah, true.
we were down again. He saved him. Had to claw it back. Not only once, he done a double save in that period of play. And again, he's bailing out the back, and he nearly saved Lindelof, but it was just too early in the game. But my thing is that what are we doing? And like, nobody, especially, you know what pisses me off with Ollie is that he never mentions the defense. He doesn't mention them. He only talks about the midfield. We need to score more goals. What do you mean we need to score more goals? Ain't we leading in the goal scoring chart? What is he on about? You know what I'm saying? We need to, like, your defense, Scandinavian link, Maguire, your captain, Maguire, like, you know, he's the captain, he's the lead. And Maguire's an idiot, you know, because when we played West Ham and my man was at fault for the goal, their captain, what's his name again? The one that we won in the middle of the park. What's his name again? The West Ham player in the middle, Rice. Rice was at fault. Yeah, Rice was at fault for the goal. He came out and apologized and said it was my fault, even though you might have looked at it and said that was a bit harsh to say that. But he came out and apologized. Maguire comes out and says, we got to do better. We got to do. No, brother, you got to do better. You know what I'm saying? He's got to do better.
You got to.
Why is he talking about we got to do this? Like, if Maguire came out and said, you know what, I'm having a bad season, you know, I got to do better, I can step it up. I think as a fan base, we might look back and say, you know what, my man, at least he gets it, but he doesn't get it.
But Musa, you know what that is, though? Yeah, that's what it is. Nobody in our whole club is held accountable for bad decisions. Don't matter if it's players, manager, the board, the owners. You can underperform and underperform. And
it's a domino effect, isn't it? It's a domino effect.
Nobody is held accountable. No, the only time I've seen people get called out is actually Bruno on the pitch when he called out Lindelof for the mistake and he called out somebody else. And that's it. That's it.
Now I've accepted it. Like you know what it was? It was that Man United was sitting at top of the league. Yeah, we were playing well, and I was asking myself, can it actually be individual brilliance that's got us here, or do I have to give the manager credit? Because I was thinking to myself, are the players this good that they can actually pull themselves to the top of the league with a bang average manager, or should I also start giving Ollie a bit more credit? So I believed the hype, and I started to give the man the credit, but it's totally freestyle football, bruv. Like flipping.
Ollie gonna freestyle, I said.
Yeah, Ollie gonna freestyle. Because everyone's talking about Cavani's the man, Cavani's runs, Cavani this, Cavani. The brother scored the exact same goals as Martial, who's meant to be crap, having a bad season. So Martial's bad season is Cavani's great, the Al Matador season.
Running around,
And I just want to say for Cavani and that, because people criticize Cavani, people criticize Martial. In our team with no number 9 as a number 9, you will suffer. Cavani played the whole match. He played the whole match against West Brom. He played half an hour against West Ham. So in 2 hours of football, this man has had 4 touches in the opposition box. What is he supposed to do? What 4 touches? You know, in 2 hours of football.
Let me just read this super chat from Akifa Moist. He says, "Big up, guys." Axel mate. What is that? Is that what?
I keep her.
What?
I keep her moist.
Oh, I keep her moist. 60. Yeah.
That's
guys, man. Allow me, people, man.
You've been clipped.
I've been clipped.
You've been clipped, yo.
Yo, man, it's crazy world in the dunya, but we move. Listen, how do we go?
I just want to say, it was Valentine's Day yesterday, so if that is correct, your woman is a lucky person. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, as long as I didn't say the last numbers at the end, you get me. I don't want to say the last numbers at the end.
Yeah, you didn't say the last numbers.
Yeah, you get me. So we kept it halal, innit? We kept it halal. I could have said I'll give you water in it, so you know the moist the water.
Read it out, man. Read out the comment, man.
All right. Big up, guys. Axel makes one mistake, he gets crucified by fans and pundits. Maguire makes numerous mistakes and he gets protection from pundits. You know what, Nuruddin? You're the perfect man to lead on for this, man. You know, I called you yesterday and I said to you, I'm done with him. I gave you my, my clarity. That's it now for me. I can't defend him anymore. We need a new leader.
You know, that phone call reminded me. It's when we beat Chelsea. Remember that weekend we went to watch the match and we beat Chelsea. Were you in Morocco when we beat Chelsea? When you came back from Morocco? I think.
Yeah, I was over there.
Yeah. And you came back, and then you were like, now that we've got Harry Beckenbauer, we're gonna win the league. And the famous videos out there, me saying to you, Harry Beckenbauer ain't gonna solve anything.
Yeah, I know.
He ain't gonna solve jack, right? We're gonna need more than him. And I was telling you, Koulibaly is a guy we could have got. You know what I mean? That's somebody that could have spent that money and he would have gave that, rewarded that tag. You know what I mean? But the biggest thing is that I got a Keane, we call him, I keep hair. Well, that's what we'll call him. I'll keep hair. The brother I keep hair says, it's true. Man. I mean, let me give you a classic example of this, right? We play West Ham, and they, in the first half, and majority of the game, Harry Maguire, Lindelof have zero to do, other than the errors that they could have caused. Because there was that bit where Harry Maguire passes it to Henderson, and Henderson, I mean, there was a mix-up nearly, and we just about get away with it. And then Lindelof passes it back and passes it to them, and it's like 2-on-3. You know what I mean? And then West Ham messed up. But anyway, other than our own individual errors, right? They had nothing to do. And Saeed, Jermaine Jennings gave Harry Maguire man of the match.
I know. Shocking.
So this is after Everton. When we're talking about there's a cartel, there is a cartel of players, England players, in the media. There's a mafia thing going on, bro. Because before that, all these mans are doing it. They're doing it on the radio. They're doing it on TV. They're doing it on BT. They're doing it on Sky. Nobody can ever come out and criticize him. There's not one guy. The only thing I have to remember is Merson was right. And I was right before Merson. Merson came after me. I called out. I said, listen, this guy isn't. But every time I just think, Paul Merson was speaking. It's like I went into my spirit went to Paul Merson. Paul Merson was speaking my facts, saying about how much for this
He watched you, Nuruddin. Nuruddin, he watched you, man. Bro, he stole your bars and that. He watched you, man.
I said it maybe 4-6 months before Paul Merson was chatting. I was like, this guy ain't going to be that. We're going to need something better than him. We all see it. And there's a cartel of mafia men who are there. They're a protection gang. That's why I'm calling it a cartel. It's a protection. My guy Maguire has got a protection cartel in the media protecting him. He makes a mistake. He's 5 yards offside with his hand up, right? Calling for offside. He's kept everybody on side. It takes a person like me because I can't every week slaughter Maguire. So I look at De Gea like, De Gea, you've got to do better, right? I start looking because I'm like, I can't just personalize it and turn it into an agenda about him. I've got to look at where David De Gea is an experienced goalkeeper. He's got to do better. But I'm thinking if we get the best goalkeeper in the world to play in,
I don't think that's improvement, man.
Why are playing in front of the two keepers? Them donkeys will still do the donkeys.
Yeah.
They will still do donkey errors. And this is where it comes to. This cartel that's protected him. And the man has got zero self-preservation. Zero. Man comes out. If you're going to come out to the game like that, you've got to say, David De Gea have absolutely made a great save. We should have won this game. There's no excuses. He should have spoke like that and said, De Gea made 2 or 3 good saves. I bailed me out there. Instead, my guy's talking about a nonsense penalty that wasn't. He was offside. He's clearly offside. And my man at the VAR, I say, no, it's not offside. It's not a penalty because he didn't. No, the guy grabbed him. He grabbed him, but he's offside. And if they would have,
the main thing is he's offside, though. He's offside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they would have kept me offside, but they just telling the referee to check if the guy grabbed him. It was penalty. And it's true what he was saying about since Klopp spoke, we're not getting any penalties anymore because everybody's crying out Man United at top of the league, and everybody then loses their underwear, bro. Everybody starts losing their underwear, running around shouting. You know what I mean? They're losing their underwear because they need a straight jacket in it. You know what I mean? They need that straight jacket. Everyone starts going crazy when they see Man United, not knowing that they don't know. They just see Man United and everybody starts panicking and going, "Is the referee start helping them?" All of that starts going berserk. But they don't know that Man United, and that's why when everybody was like, "We're top of the league," I was like, "I'm enjoying this ride. I ain't gonna last." But I'll just bring it back. I don't want to go on too long. I'll let Aaron come in. I say that we call this out. I talk to other fans who are not Man United fans. They say to me, They go, how your manager does not see those two guys. But then I look at it, I think, it's facts now. We can all confirm now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted Upper Meccano. The guys were not there to back it. They
Sorry
didn't
to
back
cut you off. Yo, Saeed, you've been clipped already, you know, for the name on the super chat. I just got that on Twitter, innit? You've been clipped already.
It is what it is, man.
I got a dip.
It
anyway.
is what it is.
Yo, I
Yeah,
you, man.
Peace, bro.
Man. Yo, man, I'm going Pi, obviously. Saeed, love for having me each and every
No,
time.
anytime,
Man.
man. Yeah, make sure you check out
Pi
Pi Radio, 7 o'clock, yeah? On the
man.
PiRadio.com.
Yeah,
man.
up, man.
Come on, man. Salute, bro. Salute. But yeah,
So-
go on, Nordin.
So I look at it and I think everybody else can see, and they're like, no, they're like Lindelof and Maguire need to play every game. They keep saying to me, when are you playing us? I really hope Lindelof and Maguire play. That's what this is rival fans. This is Chelsea fans getting at me. Arsenal fans getting at me. This is like even teams that Wolverhampton supporters coming at me and saying to me, I really hope Lindelof and Maguire play against us. So if that's when you know rival fans are getting to me, hitting me on Facebook, hitting me on the social, saying to me, I hope those two guys play against us. So, hey, the facts are facts. Man United have scored, are the top goal scorers in the Premier League. Man United have conceded out of the top 9 or 10. We've conceded more goals than the top 9 and 8. So I think it's top 9, 10 or 8. I think it could change, but we've conceded more goals. We've scored about 50 goals and we conceded over 30 goals. That's
I think we've conceded the same amount about as Leeds or something like that. Leeds who get peppered.
Saeed, that's not good enough.
It's not.
I put it to Aaron, man. You know what I mean? I put the question out today on the, on the social media. It kind of blew up a bit. Is favoritism killing Man United Football Club, man? You know what I mean? McFred in the midfield. You know what I mean? Persistence with certain players. You know what I mean? Lindelof. You know what I mean? Is that going to kill Man United, man, in terms of this season and where we go about, man? And especially Ollie, man. You know what I mean? Is he going to feel that? And is that going to be inevitably his downfall, man? His downfall.
Yeah.
That his favorite, he's picking favorites, he's picking people who shouldn't be playing, you know?
Yeah. First things first, to respond to your question from earlier before I dipped, was I didn't go for a walk, but when I walked to Asda to buy my stuff, that was like my walk in it. So that was my way of clearing my mind, going for food shopping. But yeah, I think favoritism will be his downfall. It will be, because I feel like he's so stubborn. The only way he's going to learn is the hard way. He's already had to learn the hard way by us crashing out of the Champions League, because if we go back to that game, he played a back five against a team that was playing no striker, that was not needed. And ironically, the guys that we thought were going to cause us problems, which is the midfield, because they were high pressing, high intensity, energy, and all these things, it wasn't them that caused us problems. It was a low knee for Manchester City, a left wing back that caused us all these problems. And we were down 2-0 within 15 minutes. We played a left back that hadn't played in over a month. We brought him back thinking he was going to do bits in Luke Shaw when Telles was the one that was fit. Then, because you leave the two on, you want to make a decision and take one off. You take the one off that's been playing well, that's been fit, and you leave the one on that's been out injured for a month. Then he's huffing and puffing. Now you realize, oh my God, he can't play left wing. Sorry, he can't play left wing back or left back because you reverted back from a 5 to a 4 because you realize that was wrong. And then the guy that's huffing and puffing that hadn't played in over a month, you're taking him off. Now you can't bring Tellers back on because this ain't futsal, so you got to bring on Brandon Williams. Like, so many mistakes in one game, bro. And on top of that, we ain't got no style of play, so we just freestyle our way through it. Then we bring on our best player, and somehow we managed to get back in the game 3-1, 3-2, almost equalized to go through to the last 16. So all these things, yeah, Ollie's going to have to learn things the hard way. Since he doesn't want to listen and wants to do things his way, okay, fair enough, you're the manager. But since you don't want to listen from and learn from your mistakes, you're going to have... Exactly. You must feel. So don't get me wrong. I said it. Since Pogba's been out, I said it. We're going to see Fred McTominay every game now. We can loan you Rudiger, my dog. allow it, bro. Allow it, Monster, bro. We're good. We're good. We don't need Rudiger. And let me just finish.
Yeah, go on.
So
sorry.
I feel like he's gonna learn the hard way. That's the only way he's gonna learn. We're gonna play Fred McTominay every game now. Yeah. Like, get used to it. We're gonna play Fred McTominay every game.
I like Miles in the building. Big up Miles.
We're gonna play Fred and
What's going on,
McTominay.
man?
We're gonna play Fred and McTominay every game now. We're gonna see Lindelof and Maguire again on Thursday against Real Sociedad. And believe me, because we've got a tough schedule now, and I've said it from early. Since we dropped down to the Europa League, this Thursday, Sunday business is gonna mash up our players, bro, massively. Because you've got we're playing on. We're not even traveling to Spain, for God's sake. We're traveling to Italy because we're playing in Juventus Stadium. So we're traveling on Wednesday. They're probably gonna have like a light training session, and then play on Thursday, and it's an early kickoff as well. 5:55 and them thing. They're flipping out. Manchester United, what have you done to us? So we're playing on Thursday, probably flying back that same night. Light training session on Friday because you don't want to overdo it because you got a game on Sunday. So Friday recovery, Saturday light training session, Sunday you're back on the pitch. We're playing against Newcastle. Then next Thursday, return fixture against Real Sociedad. On Sunday, Chelsea. So, and in between, we're probably going to have our FA Cup fixture against Leicester. So we've got a tough schedule, bro. We've done this to ourselves because we've had 3 games to get 1 point in the Champions League and we couldn't do it. Now we're all here, we're sitting here complaining, oh, Europa League. We've done this to ourselves, bro. We've done this to ourselves. So Ollie's going to have to learn things the hard way. Since he doesn't want to listen and change things, cool. Yeah. Do things your way. By all means, this is your team. These are your formations, your tactics, innit? But you're going to have to learn the hard way. So we're going to see Fred and McTominay again. We're going to see Lindelof and Maguire again. We're going to see De Gea again, despite all the mistakes that these guys are doing. And you said something very important there, Sai, when you asked me the question. No accountability, bro. Yep. Everything's being brushed under the carpet. Someone can make a mistake. Yo, someone can score an own goal, bruv, and they won't talk about it. They'll say, oh, he was unlucky.
The ref.
Everything's being brushed under the carpet. A few generic post-match interviews here and there. We go
Aaron,
again.
You've not heard me, Aaron, you've not heard me, bro, because you were out. You went out the stream before.
Yeah, what did you say?
Harry Maguire has officially got a cartel, a protection cartel in the media, bro.
You know what? He does. He does.
He's got a cartel, whether on BT, BBC, all across the radio stations. He's protected. There's not an ounce of criticism from anybody.
No, to be fair, I've heard one. There was one person who was very vocal, and it was after lockdown when we played Spurs, and Bergwijn just like dribbled through half of our defense. Roy Keane was the only one. As much as I don't agree with his views, Roy Keane was the only one, that publicly criticized Maguire. And even then, people were still like, yeah, but he's the captain and all these things. So to go back to my point,
he criticized him for the wrong thing. I always told Saeed, I can never criticize something that he doesn't. It's an attribute that he doesn't have. I can never criticize when people who got faster than him just burn past him. What I criticize him for is the physicality and managing that corridor. And also shepherding the whole back four, the midfielders, marshalling people. I criticize him for that. Sorry to cut you off, Aaron. Go on.
Yeah, no worries, bro. So I was saying everything's being brushed under the carpet. A few generic post-match interviews here and there. We go again. This wasn't our game. Man United fans don't deserve this. And then a few generic post-match, social media posts. We go again. We disappointed you. Like yesterday, Bruno, was it yesterday or this morning? Bruno posted the 4 pictures that you scored. Well, the goal that you scored, but it was in 4 pictures. He posted it on his social media accounts today. And he basically said, what did he say? Not the result that we wanted, but we keep fighting. Basically, you're telling me, yo, I scored my goal. My work's done here. That's what you're telling me. And it's always the same people. It's Maguire, Bruno, and Rashford always posting these things. And then people fall for it and go, oh, we feel sorry for them. Oh, let's give them another chance. And it's the same cycle over and over again. So the fact that nobody wants to take accountability. And Maguire was there yesterday on TV just lying to us. Blatantly just lying. Talking about...
It wonders what happened in Greece then. You know what I mean? You wonder what happened in Greece then.
Bro, tell me about it. Tell me about it, bro.
Wonder.
Blatantly lying on TV, telling us teams don't come. You're never going to come to West Brom and create over 10 chances. And then a stat was revealed on Twitter, that every team that went to West Brom in the Premier League has created 10 plus chances. So what are you talking about, Harry? What are you talking about? So it's a mess, bro. It's a complete mess.
Let me bring Miles into this. Big up Miles, by the way. Welcome to the Straight Jacket podcast. We got I'm going to read them out now. Zayn made a good comment and then he followed it up by saying to Aaron, I don't know if it's still here. Saeed, what are you going to do when Odegaard joins in the summer? He's better than Pogba, Norwegian Iniesta. Oh my days, gets better. Maguire was never good enough to be at this club. If you want to win trophies, sorry. And another super chat here says, sell Maguire for 20 million and we will him to China for 40 million. We will flop him.
You know what it is? Yeah. If we sell him, if we ever sell him, I guarantee you it's going to be under 50 million. Nobody's going to pay over 50 million for Harry Maguire. Never.
I don't think they'll pay 30 million.
Yeah, I don't think so. Miles, what do you make of all this, man? You know what I mean? We've not really heard your opinion in a while. Miles, what do you make of all this, man? What is this mess? You know, is the season done for you? I know, obviously, the title talk is probably long gone. If City got Wednesday, I think they got Everton on City on Wednesday, and I think Everton lost to Fulham the other night, so they're looking a bit shot for confidence. What do you make of all this, bro? What do you make of it?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, I'm very notorious for having bad internet, so if I cut out, just carry on without me because it happens every single stream. But anyway. Touching on what
can you confirm and deny that Neil Ashton is living with you now? He's left side. He went to college and now living with you. Can you confirm or deny, please?
I can't confirm or deny these wild allegations because that would mean I'm mixing households and I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm just here to do a stream, all right?
Morris is coming.
But touching on what what Nuruddin said earlier on about you would about Harry Maguire, you wouldn't blame Maguire, for example, for losing a foot race to anyone because he's the slowest thing I've ever seen. But it is those little things like actual defending, right? Like, let's say you're defending corners, either or so not even corners, like crosses are put in. Either he's missing them or he's pulling someone down or like he's just doing like mad erratic stuff, and so those things you can attribute to Maguire. And I know a lot of people say, why are you always talking about Maguire? But his issues are glaring to me. Like people talk about Lindelof as well. Both of them are bad, to be fair. But there's a lot of things with Harry Maguire that you can point to and say, this is why he's bad. You know what I mean? I don't know if you lot can still hear me clearly.
Yeah, will he get rid of his partnership, bro? Will he get rid of it?
I think, next season, I think so. I mean, he's been kind of. I don't know why he didn't. I did. Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, but just some racial comments in the comments, about Martial. Yeah, I'm just gonna block them now. But yeah, go on.
Oh yeah. Them comments there, yeah.
Crazy people, man.
Yeah, so I think obviously buying Maguire was a huge mistake.
Where is he?
And there he's gone. Miles, can you hear us?
Neil Ashton is doing the job. Basically, Neil Ashton is doing the job. But the thing that what is sad, what it makes me feel even sad is that when Bailly or faster centre are placed next to Maguire actually looks good. His confidence is up. He looks good because Bailly does all of the covering, does all of the madness, and then Maguire is just focused on his job. But the fact that he got given a captaincy for me is the biggest thing. That is wrong. I've said it. That guy is no.
Would you reckon it's his fault though? To be honest, I know he was giving it, but wasn't his fault?
But Saeed, genuinely, if you are somebody and you want a team to succeed for your own preservation, you just say, you know what? Unfortunately, I need to concentrate on my own game, improve parts of my game. Yeah. This is who wants to succeed. It's called accountability. He would say, I'm going to concentrate on my own game. I don't want the captaincy. I think the captaincy is saved for somebody else. And just focus on his own game.
Who's out there, though? Who's out there for captaincy before Bruno? Before Bruno?
Obviously, Pogba had it. David De Gea had it for a while. Who else had it? Who else was the captain under?
I'll take Pogba, De Gea all before Maguire. I'm just not having Maguire. I'll take one matter on the bench.
Listen, You know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. I'll even give it to Rashford because he plays, obviously, Ollie plays him every game. So just give it to Rashford because it doesn't matter, Saeed. It doesn't matter who has the captaincy as long as it's not Maguire, because the reason why he got given the captaincy is because to marshal and organize his defense. He couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery. He can't. He can't organize a piss up in a brewery. And that to me, it's just that he's not an organizer. He's everybody when he's on it, he makes him look 10 times the defender he is. And how Ollie, and I feel sorry, you know what? Let me just say this before Miles comes back in. If me and Aaron play centre half, if me and Musa or Miles play centre half, and I'm the bigger guy, right? I'm the guy who's got the highest winning headers, because Harry Maguire, we're not going to slate him because there's parts to this game that's good. Like, he wins a lot of headers, but he's just not aggressive defender. He's not an aggressive, like super aggressive centre half. Like Van Dijk. Van Dijk is aggressive. He gets
imposing.
No, he's imposing, right? Yeah. He has that demeanor about him. But if you know, Aaron, that the guy is taller than you, I'm going to say to you, Aaron, come on this side here. Leave me with him and just cover me around the back. West Brom played one striker who's imposing a physical. I'm having a physical battle with him. And you know what? The guy's no longer a Man United because he might not be good enough. But Smalling loved the good scrap. I have never seen Smalling get beat by a guy. I remember how many times one of the best guys is the guy, Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney, Smalling used to manner him. Troy Deeney, and this is Troy Deeney, the guy who was all about physicality, bumping you off the ball, being all in your face. I looked at that game yesterday. I'm like, the guy, every team targets us. So they go, get the big guy, Calvin Lewis, get him on Lindelof. This striker for West Brom, Sam Allardyce said, don't stay away from Maguire, get on Lindelof. All he had was communication. When you can see clearly things in the game, you have to be able to solve it. And he hasn't even got any of that attributes to do that. He hasn't. And then one time he gets left alone with a guy. The guy bullies him. I'm like, wow, you are scared, aren't you? One thing about Man United defense, this is from David De Gea to everybody. We are absolutely bullied, FC. We are so
That's another one.
We are scared of our own shadows. But
it's there for Bissaka, though. Bissaka's not having no one have him up.
Bailly
he's the only one.
Bailly takes everybody out, and everybody knows that guy is there and it's no nonsense. But I look at it. I look at how soft we are. We're so soft. And that's including your namesake as well, Aaron. I never see him clatter somebody. I want one defender to clap just to smash somebody.
No, but I mean, Aaron's not. I wouldn't say he's scared, but he's not shying away from tackles. That's what I'm saying.
He does take people out sometimes.
Yeah, somebody. I want him to.
He does.
He does. I think he does. I think
he does. I've seen people think that they're gone, and he takes them and the ball. He takes them all. You know what I'm saying? So I think Wan-Bissaka does the thing.
Yeah, I think he does as well.
Is this down to coaching in terms of, the coaches, are they strong enough, man? You know what I mean? In terms of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Michael Carrick, are they like, can they see this? We can see it as fans. How can they not see it? You're the manager of Man United. You can see that these guys, do not complement each other. They're slow. They need protection. Come on, man. You should see it, bro.
Ollie, man. Ollie rates.
Can I just say one thing? The bubble wrap FC, McTominay and Fred play, and still West Brom have the best chances to win. It could have been 3-1 if they took their chances. The guy could have got a hat-trick. That's the maddest thing. So bubble wrap FC is playing in front of Maguire and Lindelof. The protection is there, and we still concede chances. The biggest thing is that, for me, this goes, I always say, fish rats from the top. The accountability is zero. Woodward, no accountability. The fact that everybody can see what our problem is, it's been confirmed now. Ollie wanted Upamecano. Upamecano said no to Man United because he already knew he was going to Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich have been talking to him for the past 2-3 years. They've already been enticing him, welcoming him to that club. Man United, the board never backs the manager. The Van der Beek, 10 minutes. To me, yesterday of all days, I said, as soon as Pogba got injured, I said, we will know, us fans, we will have our answer and we will get it ASAP. Soon as it came to a league game, Van der Beek is given the last 10 minutes in a game where you don't have to go with 2 sitting holding midfielders and you're going against West Brom, who are the leakiest defense, who just low block defense, and you're playing 2 holding guys who are not even doing their job because we're conceding chances. Saeed, the coaching. If you had a proper club, a club will know. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, thank you so much.
And the sport director would know.
Thank you so much. Kieran McCracken, you got given a chance. You're not good enough. Basically, what's in it? Mickey Phelan, go back to Australia, coaching, whatever you're doing. Thank you all. Goodbye. But we don't have that.
And on top of that, Norden, on the top of that, yeah, I read this morning, this is going to annoy all of you.
Yeah,
I
Lee
read
Grant.
this morning, yeah, Lee Grant is going to be given a new contract, a player coach contract, and he's going to be part of the goalkeeping coaching staff from the month of June.
Yeah.
And you want
What's going on at this club, man?
We're
What's
in
going
turmoil,
on?
man. I think that Zach's, and that for me, we knew it. And my thing is this with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, as a manager, Ole had a ceiling. And it came to a point in the season, or at the beginning of the season, last season, where we thought, can Ole go beyond the ceiling? Can Ole be more than a top 4 side? Can Ole challenge for the Premiership with the players that he has? Can Ole actually make players better? You know, can Ole actually come with a system that sees us challenging and really being a serious contender when it comes to, you know, winning the title? Because as far as I'm concerned, this is Ole's season. I mean, he's ceiling. Sneaking into the top 4, getting 3rd, and that's it. So if this is his ceiling and he gets us into the top 4 again this season, and he doesn't do anything else, we can't continue to go on this same pattern the next season. We let him in go because it's just going to be the same outcome. We're at a point now, Man United have to ask themselves, do they want to go the next step up? And if we want to go the next step up, we need to get rid of Ole, because we can't have my man doing work experience at Man United. This is long. Like, how the heck is he doing work experience at Old Trafford? And we're just sitting here watching him do work experience. Everyone's just watching him. He's just learning.
Oh, we got who's this? How did I get in here? Who the hell is this? Who is this? I didn't give anyone the link, did I? That I didn't know.
So someone is infiltrating the stream, boy.
Bro, what the flip's going on here?
Someone got in, yeah. That works.
Someone got in, man. I don't know who got in down there. Bro, it must be Woodward. Yeah,
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Listen, if we have a sense, we can't give Ole 2-year extension. Shout out to Drizzy, because we're going to have the same issue. Bailly, play the African way of non-nonsense defending. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, another one here. Ivan Bosma, he says, guys, as it stands right now, would you prioritize Europa League over the league? Because City has got it, and we know, and Ole got to win a title at this time. I'll put that question to you, and then Miles.
We're in the top 4 race, boys. Top 4 race.
Forget
yeah, it's a very interesting one. I might have an opinion that other people wouldn't agree with, but this is just my personal opinion. I'm actually looking towards the FA Cup. I don't know why, but we haven't won it in a while, and it's like, do you know what? For me,
Ole doing that? Ole gonna Solskjaer.
Sorry, yeah, not necessarily, but for me, I'm saying, you know what? Win the FA Cup, put everything into that. I'm not looking at Europa League. I'm looking at doing well in the FA Cup, getting an FA Cup, and keeping that 2nd place. Because from last season to now, I don't care how well we've been playing. I didn't ever think we were in the fight for a title. None of us did. All the 21 has come in deep down, fine. All it is about progress. So if we are progressing and we're saying, we're making strides and Ole is the guy and whatever, then 2nd from here on in should be light work. Do you know what I'm saying? Leicester behind us.
Do you think so? Chelsea.
How many points have we picked up in the last 5 games? How many points?
And that's
one point out of 5.
And obviously, because I've not really had it spoken much, I agree with what you have been saying. So don't get it twisted. The performances up until now have been shoddy, like absolute madness. And everything Nuridan said, everything you man are saying makes complete sense. I'm talking from before we started drawing and losing these random games, saying we should easily have carried on that momentum. That game, I can't remember who it was against, when all the players were hugging each other at the end of the game because we realized we were in a title race or in a good place. Why didn't we carry that momentum on up until now? What has gone so wrong from then to now? Okay, Pogba's been injured for only 2 games, but What has gone so wrong? I don't, questions need to be answered.
Ollie's underdog.
There was a spirit of aggressive defending that Bailly bought.
Right.
That's what it was.
Right, and then because Bailly made a last minute block, that was what it was, and what I think we won whatever game it was. So it's like, what has gone so wrong from then till now? Like, we all know that we don't have the best squad available, and now that things are going wrong, people are saying it's this person, it's that person, which is true. Well, what's that saying?
Flawless. It's flawless. That's making it's basically flawless, isn't it? He's making the names up in it. You get me? He's putting there's just one now that's popped up, Harry Maguire. You get me? Shout out to flawless and that. You get me?
What has happened for me? I believe Ollie is underdog FC. So Ollie loves to be an underdog. His whole career he was an underdog. Whenever Ollie goes up against the big managers and he has to do the Sam Allardyce job of nullifying the other team, we end up doing well. So we don't lose, we draw, or we get a win. But when it's time for him to impose himself and to take it to the other team, and and when he's sitting on top of the league and everyone's looking at him like, you're on top of the league now, Ollie, you're the man, handle the business, he can't deal with the pressure. It's only when he's the underdog, Ollie turns. That's why we think, right, how did we win that game? We weren't even meant to win that game. Or we're like, right, how did we? It's like, even last season with all of these good, when he went against the big six teams and he was getting the wins and stuff, he's always underdog. But when he's got those small teams and he's the man, he has to go there, impose himself, smack them 5-0, smack them 3s and 4s. He can't do it. He can't break them down. Listen to this. I remember when Sterling was doing bits at City, he'll score 2 goals, come off, and Pep would just be on him on the touchline. Like, you weren't coming back. You weren't as good as he done. Pep was on him, coaching him, saying, look, if you're scoring 2 goals and you're having such a bad game, imagine you weren't having a bad game and scored the 2. Like, you could be even better. Bruno somehow thinks he can just charge down goalkeepers all the time and leave the midfield empty. What's Bruno always doing, charging down goalkeepers? Who gives him the freedom to end up picking up the ball off the defense, charging down goalkeepers, seeing him on the corner flag, taking free kicks, and then he comes off the game, I scored 1. Ollie's like, well done, son. What do you mean? That's just because you scored. What is that? And this is why people are like, you can't get on Bruno. No, we're not saying that Bruno's dead or what. We're saying Bruno's an excellent player. But if you coach him right, and if he was like at City, there's more levels to the game. Because sometimes when you play the McTominay, and they're just sitting there. Yeah, when they're just sitting there, when you play the Fred and McTominay and they're just sitting there, you still need someone that's close enough to them. Sometimes Bruno's too far. Because I'm looking at Gundogan at City playing in a deep position, and the brothers just running things at City, playing from a deep line position where we're seeing Fred and where we're seeing what's his name, McTominay. And then when we have our players playing there, Pogba recently has started to chip in with the goals, chip in with the assists, because Pogba's Pogba. He doesn't business. He's going to play his football. You can criticize him on TV. You can say he's crap. Pogba just knows, listen, when I leave here, I'm going to a top club because I am the bit. I don't care what you lot say. He knows he's got the form, so he's not under pressure. You got people like Van der Beek when he first started for United. The first couple games, he was playing well because he came with the enthusiasm that he bought from Ajax. Now he's thinking, if I come on and I lose the ball and I do something, I might not even see again. So he's just being safe. He's not even he's not even inspired again now to play his game. So we're all looking at him like, right, we've been calling for you to come on and to do your thing. But where's that thing that he was doing in the early days? Where's it gone, Van der Beek? But the brother's under pressure. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting no starts. He's seeing other people start. So when I'm looking at the whole setup and how we're playing, how we're being coached, Ollie don't even make substitutes, bro. What's wrong with the brother? He don't even make substitutes.
And that's the next case I'm coming to you, Lorden, man. You know what I mean? The problems are looking a bit peak right now. You know, you're looking at Martial's lack of form now. You know what I mean? Taking him off after 60 minutes. Rashford looks tired. Cavalli looks at the 34-year-old. That is Cavalli. Like, you know what it is, yeah? I like Cavalli, but I thought at Impact, player, we should be using him as an impact player. And he would be more effective as an impact player. You know, you look at midfield now, no creativity. Pogba's out for a month, a couple of weeks left till then. You know, Van der Beek's absolutely no confidence at all. You know,
no confidence.
Mata's not even in the whole squad, man. You know what, man? this end of the season could get ugly, you know. It really could get ugly.
I put a warning out there, Saeed.
You did put a warning
out there. I put the warning out there saying that in the beginning of the season that they're not fit enough because there's no preseason. The burnout is coming. The burnout is coming because Ollie doesn't use his squad. He doesn't give the other guys confidence. He'll only play them in the cup games. And to me, there is a clear sign that Man United have not offered any contract to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They're letting the contract run down till the end of the season. And so this is not an Ollie bashing podcast. I want to listen, I want to give things. Ollie's done great things, right? Ollie's done great things, got rid of a lot of dead wood in our club, cleared it out. He's not being supported. It's like, imagine you've got insurgents. Imagine you're going there to go and clean up. And imagine you got people. Imagine you're going to just go and tidy your room, back in the day, a teenager. Imagine you got people that you can't see, messing, throwing everything. You cleaned it all up. You're doing your best. And then they're just dashing stuff underneath your bed, putting stuff everywhere. And you're thinking, what the hell is going on here? That's who the United board are. United board never backed him. They bought him the wrong player. Ollie never wanted Van der Beek. And the clearest sign is the fact that he's giving Van der Beek 10 minutes against West Brom, where West Brom have got a low block and he's playing Fred and McTominay, where those of them cannot create. That was the biggest. You know what? I was watching the game and I'm laughing my head off when I see Maguire doing these crazy runs, like because he's not comfortable, trying to be a left winger.
That's funny.
He runs. He does the same thing every time. He runs as far as he can go, kind of stops a little bit, and then
it stops,
gives it off to the side, and then gives it off to like Luke Shaw. So he did that run.
But you think he's gonna go 100 miles an hour, and then he slows down a bit.
Listen, that's a kid. That's like a kid. That's like a kid. Like, you know, when you're not allowed to play out too far, you get as far as you can get, and you're like, I'm going back home. I'm going back home.
When you hit, when you hit the ends and that, you hit the ends in a certain area. You have to stop.
You know what? Because you know,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because you know your mum's there with you. Your mum's with you. She's watching you. As soon as you go too far, she'll just give you the look. And you know, okay, I need to go back.
That's flawless, I think, guys.
Listen to me.
Just in the background.
Listen, Saeed, Ollie's done great things. We can all see that. We can all appreciate what he's done. He's changed the complete atmosphere and mood. When we play decent amount of football, not like what we were doing with Mourinho. He's changed a bit. We're not bashing him. We just, like Musa said, when you've got a guy in this level, inexperienced, and then he surrounded himself with guys who've passed it. Mickey Phelan's passed it, I'm afraid to say. Michael Carrick's not experienced. Kieran McKenna was given a chance, and he's not at this level.
On the iPad,
you're bringing more people, and Aaron's telling me you're bringing more people. It's like jobs for the boys. It's like anybody can get a job. I might walk up there and tell them,
literally is.
Can man get a job?
To respond to Casey's question, I've got my own channel called Mr. Iron UTD. So if you haven't subscribed,
you know what?
Go do that.
Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Aaron, I'll go next to you. I don't know if you finished there or did you finish there?
All I was saying is that fish always rots from the head. We can never separate. I know some of the fan base, like Musa always says, it's easier to bully the little man and forget the big bully. But we can't. This is a systematic, structural thing that's going on at Man United. We can never separate the board, Woodward and the Glazers and separate Ollie and the coaching staff. We can't separate the two. If Man United was a well-run club, all of these guys would have been said, after Ollie came in, they would have went, thank you for this 3 months. We're now going to get a proper manager, the best out there. So if you want a technical director in the youth team, you can have that job. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you for saving. Thank you for changing the mood. We get a footballing director that knows what they're doing. All these things were in place, Saeed, right? All of the fan base, people like me, right? I will be saying it again and again and again, Saeed. I'll be saying it. I'll be like, it's the players and it's the managers. We got to play them. But while the back of house is not right, the structure's not there at the back of house, we can't talk about and just say in isolation, just go, well, Ollie, the players and the coaching staff. No. He, like that Musa said, he's learning on the job. You've got to surround him with the right guys who can guide him the right way. But if not, it's going to be a failure. And I'm going to predict this now. I'm going to warn everybody. The crash is coming. Man United race for top 4 because I'm telling the burnout. I can already see a
know.
burnout coming because these players, Ollie just keeps playing the same 11. You've got to utilize and get players and defenders and get people to come and play. So then, and then set up a system. I said to Aaron and to Saeed, I promised them, I said, you will hear my real views on Ollie after 2 years. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Yeah, now you know.
Play after 2 years, I don't see patterns of play unless we're playing against 10 men and 9 men. Then I see the patterns of play. If we're playing against 10 or 9 men, I see
Leeds.
But when we're playing against 11 in that game for me, I don't blame any of the players. The blame is in the coaching staff and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His stubbornness, the stubbornness to play bubble wrap FC, to play when Bailly's fit, to play Lindelof. And I feel sorry for Lindelof because he gets exposed again and again and again and again. And I feel sorry for Maguire because he's not a captain. These decisions, like Musa said, is learning on the job. He's learning on the job. And the club are there to back him. And again, as soon as that happens, Neil Ashton's working hard. After everybody's they're dashing it out like it's rice. He's dashing out the misinformation, the propaganda, like it's rice and beans. And honestly, already Ramos to United, certain what? I always say to you, I never say anything until I see them holding a Man United shirt. And even then, I look at it and think, when there's an clear agenda from Ollie against Dunning, I feel so sorry for that kid. That kid needs to leave this club ASAP. He needs to leave this club ASAP. He's been embarrassed. The fact that Fred and McTominay are getting better opportunities than him, it's a crime against football. That is a crime.
Yeah,
big time.
Aaron, I go to you next, man. You know what I mean? Lordy says there might be a car crash during the season. You know what I mean? When they see Chelsea on our coattails, I think West Ham 1-0 up. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm watching it right now. Still 0-0.
Oh, still 0-0. If they win that game and they rise up, I think Everton have got 2 games in hand. Yeah. You know what, man? This top 4 race could be a very, very, very big battle. Liverpool, as much as they're dead, man, they will be in there, man. Like, how do you predict this end of the season if Ollie still persists with the favourites?
If he doesn't stop the favoritism, it will be his downfall. Like I said, it's already cost us the Champions League. And if he doesn't change it, it's going to cost us the FA Cup, Europa League, and even the league. If he doesn't change things up, it could end very badly. If he keeps persisting with Maguire, Lindelof, and both of them keep making mistakes and keep getting out-muscled by people like I didn't even call him by his name. I called throughout the whole watch-along with Flawless and all my guys, that were on the watch-along. I kept calling him B-Tech Mane. That's what I kept calling him. So B-Tech Mane, out-muscled both of our centre-backs. Can you imagine that? Both of them. It's embarrassing, bro. On his own, if he had his shooting boots on, he could have bagged a hat-trick.
Of course he could have
scored a hat-trick. So for me, if he doesn't change things up, it's going to cost us the league, the Europa League, and the FA Cup, which are 3 competitions where we're still kind of in. We're not guaranteed to win it, but we're still in it. Do you know what I mean? We're still in the mix.
Still in it.
So he has to change things up because this stubbornness is going to cost us a lot of things, man. And he has to change it up because otherwise, like Nordin said, car crash at the end of the season.
Listen, this guy, so just come in there. Look, we saw Pep, come and break records in the Premier League, play excellent football, and then go for a season or so where, Klopp came in and Klopp kind of changed the standards that were being set in the type of football that they were playing. And then we had all the media turn on Pep and say that Pep this, Pep that. Yeah. And the brother Pep kept his principles and tweaked his team. We can all see City are playing different. They're still playing possession-based football. Like the other day when I saw them against Spurs, they had like 9 men behind the ball. When every time Spurs got the ball, like they had everyone behind it. But with that system of making sure that everybody was behind the ball, they could also break and move in packs and move in systems. So we see Ollie, and sometimes you think like, is it the formation? Is it the setup? It's just that tactically he doesn't know what he's doing. And I think what gives us hope, or what gives me hope as a United fan, is that I've been able to see that with the individuals of players that we have at Man United, without great coaching, they can still be sitting second in the league. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to see that with the team and the players that we have, without the best of coach, because like Noureddin said, within the coaching system and setup, Ollie's the most seasoned out of all of them, and he's crap. So what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And he's the most seasoned. So I'm looking at that and thinking, okay, cool. With the players that we've got, you know, we're still able to compete and play good football and have good moments of football within football matches. But with a proper coach, proper systems, Man United can be back up there closer than we think. I don't think it's this process again of 3-4 years, but I think it's having a good system as such. Because I look at someone like Leicester and I think, where do they find these players? Where's Leicester finding all these players from? Like, where's their what type of system? And they're run well. They're a well-run club. And the problem we're having that even when we're talking about defenders, like there's levels of like there are players in the championship and there's players in other leagues that we don't have to go and spend crazy money to get better than Maguire. Maguire is just really bad. I don't think people understand. Sometimes people think we have to go and get a Van Dijk to get better than Maguire. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Maguire is just really bad. And I think even Lindelof, as bad as he is, he has a bit of pace in him. Lindelof won't just get paced out like that, you know. He'll compete. He might get muscled off. But for me, I'd rather have Lindelof stay at the club and play with a Bailly or play with a better defender than keep Maguire. Because Maguire is this captain that cost £80 million that somehow we have to play him with someone else. Why does it have to be Maguire? Like, why? Yeah. Because like you said, Noureddin, he should be more commanding, but he always leaves it to the man next to him to go and command. He leaves it to Lindelof. He's cowardly, man. He's a coward. I'm not accepting that.
Miles, man, you got Europa League coming up now. You know what I mean? Thursday nights in Turin. Well, at least it's Turin, isn't it?
Thursday night, Europa League. Thursday night.
You know, it's
not a bad tune, man. It's not a bad tune, people, man.
You know that tune's hard, to be fair.
Yeah, man. Miles, man. Europa League, Newcastle, and then the two big games after that is Chelsea away, Man City away. You know what, man? Season could be over and done with by March, end of March, maybe.
Real talk. It really
Leicester away, March 21. Get that in your diaries, man. Yo. Listen,
yeah.
It's looking peak, man, brother.
It's not fun, man. It's not a fun situation to be in. I can't believe we're in the Europa League again. You know, honestly, like it's madness. If we're going back to that Champions League group stage, it was awful. Like what the hell have we been reduced to? So yeah, I can't lie. I don't care about it, but at the same time, like when we won it under Jose, it was like one of the best times. Do you know what I mean? So, but I can't say, Ollie needs to go and field a strong team. There's just so many games in the Europa League, man. Like
but will he do that to you though? Will he do that? Because I don't see him like being a bit like risky with the kind of team. I don't see him. He will play Bruno Rashford. He will play them guys.
He will. It's so true. I think he will. Which just means he's gonna play those guys in pretty much all of our games, which means we're gonna get burnt out. We're gonna fall out of tournaments, whether it be the FA Cup or because if he plays players in the Europa League, then we can kiss second goodbye. Leicester will overtake us. Who knows where we'll be. So he needs to really. It's either the FA Cup or the Europa League. He needs to pick one. And for me, I would pick the FA Cup because you can't have your cake and eat it. It's going to be a tough time. Hopefully, after our next 4 games, like you said, we've got some really tough games coming up. We just got to wait until then and see what position we're in and try and pick up the rest of our season. Because if we're going based on the form that we've had the last few games, I don't know where we're going to be in 4 games, bro.
Absolutely. Just to kind of round this podcast, we've got nearly 700 people, guys, watching this podcast. Please smash a like on the video, man. If you are watching this right now and you are loving this podcast, smash a like on the video, man. I'm just going to ask a question to all of you. Start with you, Noureddin. Will the top 4 will be decided by the level of coaching? When you look at Tuchel, Brendan Rodgers, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp. I know he's, and by the way, big shout out to Jurgen Klopp. I know he's, he lost his mother and whatnot. So we have thoughts with Jurgen Klopp. But, the level of coaching, will that decide this top 4,
So it's already deciding a lot of things. I mean, the title of this podcast hopefully is Favorites. Well, Ollie's Favorites. And Ollie needs to fix up, man, because the decision making in this football club is somebody who's not Ollie in or Ollie out, who judges him every game by game. I'm sat there in that first half, watch that first half, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, we've just played this 40 minutes. We've created absolute zero, right? We've huffed and puffed, and I can see McTominay and Fred cannot string two passes together. The thing about it, when you're playing against a low block football team, you need to be able to shift the ball, right? So you need to be able to shift the ball from left to right quickly. Yes. Because when you do that, you destabilize the movement and then that 4-4 block, right? And then you need to be able to give your wide players the ball, so then isolate them one-on-one with the guys. Then get the ball in quickly. I looked at that yesterday and I thought, Cavani did not have one shot, 0 shots in 95 minutes of football. Where United dominated the ball, must have been like 70-something possession we had. I'm guessing it's in the 70s, the possession. But when people give me these possession stats, I'm like, to me, it's not about how much possession you got. It's what do you do with it?
What do you do?
How many times did we test that goalkeeper? How many times? We had a couple of things where from a corner, McTominay hit the ball, they got cleared off the line, and then the ball wasn't going in, and they go, what a save, Maguire. I'm like, behave yourself. So I look at a game like that and I'm thinking, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's time to earn your bread and butter. It's time to earn your keep. At halftime, Van der Beek should have been on at halftime. Manager that is reactive, that coaches like that, who's watching the game, who can see what's going on, able to react to it, make the changes quickly. Man United coaching ain't doing that. And like I said, like Musa said, like Aaron said, like Miles said, there is a certain ceiling and now we're plateauing. We've just plateaued. We've got up there. We climbed that mountain. We thought, woo, we're out of breath here. We can't breathe properly. We went on a high altitude, and we're like, woo, it's a bit thicker here. We better get
And also, I don't know exactly what the points would be at this stage of any other season, but come on, this has been a pretty poor season from everyone, and we still only got the points that we've got. In any other season, we'd probably be what, 5th or 6th? Probably. Yeah. I don't think we've done that much better. People are like, oh yeah, we're doing bits. Yeah, but like even them City in first place, their points doesn't match up to the points at this stage from previous seasons. No way.
Miles, we're top scorers. Usually the top scorers are running away with the league, but then we've
I didn't know that.
We're top scorers. We're top scorers, right?
But you know what, though, Nordy? Let me put a question to you.
We've conceded over 50 goals, and then we've scored over 50 goals.
You know what, Nordy? It don't make sense, though, Nordy, because you know why it don't make sense? Because apparently, if you take out the Leeds game and the Southampton game, we're not as far as everyone else.
Yeah,
you get it.
But we still scored goals, Saeed. We still
no. But it's true though. If you take out the Leeds game and the Southampton game, the 9-0.
But look at Villa. Villa whacked Liverpool 7, and then what's it called? We got licked by Tottenham by 6, and then Liverpool locked Crystal Palace by 7. So it's all happening because it's a weird season. But saying that, for me, I just look at our squad, and when people say to me, "Oh, our squad is quite good," no, because of our poor recruitment. Let's just sink into you. Leicester sold us Harry Maguire, and now they've got this absolute techers of a young defender for absolute peanuts, right? And now they're willing to sell him. I'm almost like, give him back Maguire and pay whatever and get that kid to come and play for us.
They don't want Maguire.
Wolverhampton, Leicester City, Everton, right? Everton are run better than Man United. Let that all sink in. They all have a better Leicester City, Wolverhampton, Everton, right? Aston Villa, they all have a better footballing structure than Man United. If you anything, you forget about the manager, forget about the play, forget about the coaching. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah.
Man United problem is deep, and it's that the only one who can change this is a genius manager. And there's not many genius managers around. I can't count maybe 4 or 5 in world football. If any of the guys in the comments know, tell me. Tell me about a genius.
Yeah. Tell me. Someone was saying, go and snap up the other managers, maybe Carlo Ancelotti, prize him away from Everton. you know, he's not going to win a trophy over there, is he? You know, is he going to win a trophy over there?
To me, that football is done. That football, we need a young, progressive.
Yeah, we need a young manager.
We have a young manager now, and he's not doing well. All they're going to Solskjaer
my thing is this, man. Listen to this. Everyone was saying there's no managers available. Chelsea are still in Champions League, right? They're still in some of the competitions.
Hansi Flick.
They're still in some of the competitions.
Yeah,
but my man
I'm letting Musa finish.
Yeah, my man was playing games, Lampard, and they got rid of him. And then they went and got my man from PSG, and then he just saw what was going on. And this is what we keep on saying in terms of why our manager is just hit the ceiling and is hit as high as he can go. Because anyone can see, if you're going to stick with Maguire and stick with Lindelof, go to a back three. I mean, a back five. So, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you're going to do, put Bailly next to both of those fools, yeah, in a back three, and then just have our, wing backs playing off that. And then you can kind of relax in the midfield with a Van der Beek and a Pogba and all of that, and you can kind of change up. If you really wanting to keep these players, then change up the whole system, you know what I'm saying? And we done well last year when we played that. But the fact that Ollie's being stubborn, and it's something that Noureddin's mentioned before, he's talked about in his interviews that he's stubborn and blah, blah, blah. He's just not moving, he's not budging. So my thing is this, Ollie's hit his ceiling. You've done well, you came in, you've done your bit, now it's time to go. Because he had Diallo the other day sit on the bench, he didn't come on, nothing happened. So what's happening? He's always raving about him.
It was just for the papers, man.
It's just a hype. So we're going into Europa League.
Snapshot.
Yeah, we're going into Europa League. If we're not rating the Europa League, start Diallo and Greenwood. Start the young bucks. Start the future up front. Let them do their thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Let maybe Martial lead them out because we need him to score some goals. You know what I'm saying? Go and rest off some players. But we're just going to end up seeing we're going to see Rashford out there. We're most probably going to see Cavani out there, Bruno out there. Bruno needs to take a seat. See, Bruno, you can't be hitting the numbers Bruno's hitting and have no trophies. It doesn't make sense. Even though
without Bruno, where would we be, Musa? Without Bruno,
yeah, but Bruno's not going to continue. We got Real Madrid rebuilding. We got Barcelona rebuilding. Bruno's not going to continue to hit those numbers another season and just sit there like all is sweet. Because Bruno's coming out here after the 3-3 at Everton, and he's saying it's not permissible to draw this game. Like it's not allowed.
Musa, me and Aaron called it already. Me and Aaron called this already.
Yeah.
Bruno game. We called this already. And apparently, Man United gave him a bigger wages because obviously he was on peanuts when he first came. Now they try to get into a long-term, like 5-year contract. My guy's stalling.
He's stalling,
because he knows.
He knows.
He's in the window.
He's not trying to. Yeah, me and you said it. He's not trying to finish his career at Man United.
I always say
he's not trying to do that.
Yeah,
it's a stepping stone. He's ambitious.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone, and you
and
like every player knows. Every player knows. Yeah, once the big boys, the Real Madrids and the Barcelonas come calling, you can't say no. You're not going to say no.
Absolutely.
No.
Guys, I think we'll have to wrap it up there, man. It's been a very, very eventful podcast. Shout out to everybody who's involved. We've had over 700 people live. Sorry, go on, Noureddin.
No, I was just saying that Miles was frozen, but Miles didn't get to answer.
No, he's there.
Yeah, sorry, Miles. Go on, Miles.
Do you know, I was just like in one position for like 2 minutes. Sorry, that's why you thought I was frozen. But,
I thought you frozen, and I was like, yo. Go on.
Yeah, so no, what's the question? Sorry.
No, just like, the overall feelings in terms of, towards the end of the season, man. Could it get ugly?
Well, amongst the fan base, it could be because everyone's got their own ideas on how well we should be playing and what we should be doing at the moment. I still believe a little bit that we're to be second, we are doing all right, and that's kind of what is going to keep Ollie in his job. Unfortunately, for those people who don't want him to be there, the only thing I'm holding on to, and I didn't get a chance to say it, is that Ollie in the summer, gets rid of some Lindelof, but then also accepts that Maguire was a mistake. All I need is one person in that club to make it known that Maguire was a very expensive mistake and that we need to just rebuild that defense, because it was a very expensive mistake and a lot of us knew at the start.
Myers, let me just give you some insight, bro. Man City, Guardiola spent about nearly 400 million on just defenders, headed them all out, bro. Headed them all out.
And Nathan Ake's on the bench. Nathan Ake's not even on the bench.
On centre halves.
Oh, I forgot about Nathan Ake.
I forgot about Nathan Ake. man like that we can deal with.
Everyone wanted.
injured.
So we're talking about Laporte. So we're saying Laporte and Nathan Ake can't get a game.
I forgot about Nathan Ake. Oh my days.
He's not even
That's
playing, guys.
madness.
He's not even on the bench.
Both of them will start at United.
Both of them.
Pepper's done.
Nathan
Pepper's
Ake will
done
start
what,
United.
yeah, Pepper's done what he's needed to make sure he wins titles and this and that. We're just going off of sentiment a lot. Ollie is still here because of sentiment. Maguire is our captain because of English sentiment. That's
Sentiment.
it. Not ability. It's all sentiment. Our team runs on sentiment. So until that kind of mentality changes,
Where does that come from, Miles? Where does that come from? Where does that come from?
The board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The board, of course.
And that's probably rounds up the podcast. Yeah.
We can never separate that, boys. That's my message to the fans. Do not ever separate because you can't get at them. You can't see them. Do not get it twisted. The guys, this all comes from the board and the football structure of your club. All of this is not rocket science. Get get the best people in the world at their best job that they've done the best jobs for other clubs. Get those people to go and do exactly the same job.
You're forgetting Nuruddin. You're forgetting, man. We've got a banker in charge who doesn't care, man, and that's a problem. Guys, yeah. Sorry, are you gonna say anything in there?
No. I was just saying that's the thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, we'll probably round up as that, man. Woodward is a banker. Glaze is out. Everyone out, man. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Podcast 111. Shout out everybody in the building. Musa, let the people know where they can find you, man. Let the people know where they can find you.
CIC, chat on Instagram, Resole CIC, Facebook. Check out our non-profit organization distributing trainers to the homeless, most at-risk youth in our society.
Yeah. And then Nuruddin, man, you know what I'm saying? The YouTube channel's coming. Let the people know, man. They're coming. It's coming, isn't it?
It's coming. I'm just trying to build the background, man. That guy, Mr. Structure. That guy, Red Devil, man. Mr. Structure. That's it. I mean, that's it. Aaron already coined that word for me a long time ago. Mr. Structure. So I'm taking it. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for that. I'll have to give you some props for the naming ceremony, bro, yeah? We'll have to do a naming ceremony, yeah? But yeah, so to me, it is what it is, guys. We'll be here, but it's good to laugh. It's good to go for a walk. Hopefully the weather's going to improve.
Yeah, it is improving, by the way, guys.
There's bigger things than football, yo. Big up Dan, man. Big up Dan United TV. Go over there.
United TV, big up, man.
Brother. The man is always passionate. You know what I mean? Man of my own heart, man. Man of my own heart. Always passionate.
I love him, Dan, man. I love Dan.
Telling it as it is, man. Even all those Arsenal. You know what I love about Dan? He's always got smoke for Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans think they can come and speak to him, bro. My guy just put them all in the bin, you know. He literally bins them all.
Trust me.
There are people down south, Arsenal fans now, in disillusionment. He lives in their heads rent-free, man. I've got to say that. And Chelsea fans as well, lives in their head, bro. He's the guy with manners and all. Gives them all a backhand. He's so good. He's unreal. He's giving backhanders like it's free, bro. Like it's free.
Yeah, man.
Big up everybody, man. Love to everyone. Miles, it's lovely to see you, brother. Musa, it's brilliant to see you. Aaron, you know what time it is, man. Saeed,
yes, bro.
Hopefully we get this here. Big up Jason Aries as well, man. Yo, the show is the show, man. The show is what it is. Man United need the straitjacket.
Hey, Nuruddin, you've had your time. Shut up. You've had your time.
Man United need to go straitjacket. Trust me. We need to go there. Man.
That's how we call the straitjacket podcast, man. People don't realize it.
Man United, if he was a human being now, would be in psychiatric ward, man. Getting medical.
Yeah, that straitjacket treatment. You know what I'm saying? Aaron, man, you know, I'm in close to 10K, man. Letting people know they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. We're over 9,500. So please, if you haven't subscribed, head over to my channel and subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to 10K before March. So please, man, get me to 10K so we can do the celebration on Instagram, man.
Come on, man. That's it, bro. Mr. Ari United right there, people. If you're watching this right now, go head over and subscribe to Mr. Ari United. And Miles, man, we need that content from your channel, man. We need the unpopular opinions, man. We need it because the first episode was good, man. Let's get the channel back up, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, maybe. It was all for, like, you know, fun and that, you know. But unfortunately, I'm
As
very
long as is it how easy? As long as he, as soon as he knew you're right, is that it now? Just you know, what I mean, just gonna leave the channel on now. You get me? You know what I'm saying?
Uncle is like, listen, less of that United chat now. Less of that. Miles is part of the gang, mate. Part of the gang now.
Yeah, I think what people don't what people always forget is that I'm not an on-screen person. I'm a videographer at heart. So when that work comes in hard, then I've got all this other fun stuff that has to take a back seat. But I'm just very fortunate. Be happy for me, guys. If you don't see me, everyone.
Bro, we're happy for you, bro.
Just know that.
Come on, man.
No, I know you, man. Oh, for sure,
Listen,
for sure. But
the goal videos that you did actually disproves your point. The goal videos, you know, for the goal, the website, those videos are more insightful, and the way you deliver that, it is professional, bro. We love that work. So hopefully we'll get to see more of those videos from you. So don't just say you're not behind the camera, bro. You are in front of the camera as well, because
appreciate it, man.
The receipts are there. The receipts are there on the internet, bro. They're all there. Everybody
appreciate it, man.
Big up everybody. This is all love, man. This is a channel for love. You get me? We are here. We're just spreading love. You get me? Make sure you guys are staying healthy, staying sane in this lockdown. We will be out soon, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully, Boris, you know what I mean? It's not locked us out, man. So, yeah, man, we'll be back soon, guys. Next week, same time, 5:30, Monday, Straightjacket podcast. We'll be back. Like the video, subscribe to United Central, and we'll be back in Europa League night, say Thursday night, Channel 5.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm in an abusive relationship with Man United, and they bend me over most weekends with no Vaseline. Fact.
Yo.
Wow. Guys, see you later, guys. Take care.